Welcome, everybody. It is FOMC day, except we're trying not to fall asleep. I don't know about everybody else, but I am bored to death looking at this market. How about you guys? Sami, JR, how are you doing today?
Today was kind of different. It was special. Earnings plays worked really well, but also the day trades, the POM short, POM. I mean, that was amazing. It crashed. So today felt actually a lot better than usual. So, good day today.
Good to hear. JR, how you doing? How's the open house going?
It's a monkey knife fight every day. It's total circus. I'm loving it.
I wonder if we went on YouTube, would we actually find any monkey knife fight videos to watch?
I hope not. Every day, I'm like, I tell them the traders in the open house, today is going to absolutely suck. I'm sorry. If you expected to be impressed, you may have to wait till after Wednesday. We got lucky with Monday and Tuesday. We had some good trades. We had some pretty decent scalps this morning, but I think Sami knows what it's like when you get an open house on the FOMC week and it's just dead, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? But we found some pretty decent trades. We did all right.
Do you have an open house this week, JR?
Yeah. I got a bunch of people over. We put out the nice china. It's been fun. I like meeting new people. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, do you guys think we actually will get some fireworks today?
We usually get something, and I think we will this time. I mean, the market is just so bullish into FOMC. It wanted to roll over, but it failed to roll over, got bought. It rolled over today and then got bought, and it's holding like a champ into FOMC. So I think, if there's a bearish message, we will see a big drop. If there's a bullish message, I don't think we will see a bullish pop or much of a pop, because the market needs to base a little bit before we're really ready to continue higher. And if we get a big pop tomorrow, then probably tomorrow we get a pullback. So I'm not, as far as FOMC goes, fireworks will happen if we get a drop. But if we get a pop, I think, it's not going to be a big deal, personally. And if it is a big deal, then tomorrow will get negated. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
What a rosy outlook.
Because I feel like the market needs to base a little bit, and so if we get a pop, it should.
No, I'm just spiteful because you get called on first. You say all the smart shit, and then I'm like, what Sami said. I'm just kidding, man. I completely agree with Sami. I think there's two critical factors in this FOMC that are a little bit different. We're going to get hopefully a dot plot that signals for rate cut follow through after through first quarter. If the market doesn't get that, it's going to throw a kabuki theater Ritalin infused baby temper tantrum that's not going to be pretty for the swing traders. We day traders, of course, will be licking the figurative blood off of our hands, because it's going to be nice and volatile. We're going to probably get a 60, 70 point S&P swing. The other big thing the market's probably looking for is for Jerome Powell to clarify on the tail of the end of the tightening period what kind of accommodation he's willing to do in terms of treasuries and purchases. If they signal asset purchases into this end of the tightening cycle, the market is going to, in my opinion, at least certain segments, the IWM, certain transports, solars, fintechs are going to explode higher. Maybe housing names, the really rate sensitive stuff is going to have a very nice pop. And we can see some really wild rotations from tech to small cap and tech to solar, et cetera. So it really just depends, I think, on what Powell says and doesn't say. That's my general feeling.
I agree. The IWM looks so darn bullish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks incredibly bullish. So I think the likelihood of a pop is pretty high. I just don't think it's going to be humongous. Versus if we get a drop, I think we'll have a substantial one if we get a drop. But I think the likelihood it's much more likely that we get a pop. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling the same way.
Okay, well, hypothetically, let's say Powell disappoints. Do you guys think the weakness will last? Because, Powell is most likely getting replaced in May anyway, and, there's going to be somebody very Trumpy is going to be put in there to run the show. Based on the way the market's acting, and, it just feels like everything is getting steamrolled. Like, any bearish case or news, whatever, just ends up getting destroyed. I don't know. Did I ask a question? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you asked the question. I was waiting for the question, honestly.
Yeah,
you seem dazed and confused, Michael.
I am always dazed and confused. But, I would say this. What can actually make things fall apart, whether that's like a level or a certain message?
Don't know. A certain message.
Why has it got to fall
You can
apart?
make things
Why
fall
gotta be so
apart.
negative?
Uncertainty. Oh,
Hey,
I'm sorry,
Derrick,
Derrick, are you there? Did I hear Derrick talk?
Derrick is here, apparently.
I don't know why I can't get the camera to work, so I apologize. I can't bless everyone with my beautiful face today. But why got to be so embarrassed, Mike? It's Santa's coming. The technicals are strong. The flow of funds are strong. I'm bullish as all hell. Let's go.
I did, because we have to balance things out. So, Derrick, if you're becoming more positive, I have to become more negative. We haven't even brought up the fact that Oracle's debt spiral that's about to unwind, MicroStrategy imploded, which means Bitcoin is going to come onto the market. Everything is going to crash. Everything is going to die. Everything. All human life, everything.
You're probably right, but not till 2026.
What happens in 2026?
2026 will lose the strong seasonality and the strong flow of funds, and reality can hit over all the bad stuff you're talking about. But for now, you should be bullish. There's plenty of reasons to be bullish. I think that these meme names are going to perform really well into the end of the year. What's strong throughout the year is going to stay strong, probably till at least mid-January, and then we can reassess if AI is a bubble and Trump is destroying the world and tariffs are bad and all that fun stuff. But for now, things are looking pretty good.
So should we just be buying should we just be buying everything?
Buy it all up, man. As long as we get through today. If Powell doesn't sink the market today, then we're going to just get bought up until the end of the year.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if Powell wants to stick it to Trump and say no
He's too
rate cuts
professional.
for you.
He is too professional. I agree.
Too
He is
professional.
the ultimate professional, honestly.
Which
He makes subtle jabs.
Yeah, the way he handled being bullied and being pushed and pressured, that was impressive, honestly.
Oh, dude, when he was at the construction site with Trump and they were wearing their hard hats,
Exactly.
that dude looked like a kidnap victim. He was blinking torture with his eyelids like a Vietnam-era prisoner of war. That was so uncomfortable to watch.
Remember when he corrected Trump on camera and said, no, you're including an extra building that's already been built a few years ago. So I was like, wow, this guy's got balls.
I think the tricky thing is that supposedly Trump is extremely charming in person when you meet him. Like behind the scenes, he's like Bill Clinton level. He's like that personable and fun and charming. So I wonder if it's like they get freaked out once the cameras go on. It's like, what the hell is he gonna do? But Powell is interesting because he was a lawyer, which is like a completely different personality type. So I guess he's trying to keep it more buttoned up. Okay, all right. So is everyone in agreement the market's going up?
I don't know. Short term, long term, yes. Short term, yes, too. But if you look at the SPY and the Q's daily chart, especially the SPY, we could roll over a little bit for a couple of days. So I'm not saying, we're going higher today. That's why we should just wait until FOMC. The IWM wants to just take the roof off the building. It's very, very bullish. But the Qs and the SPY not as bullish, especially the SPY right now is looking like it wants to roll over a little bit. Either way, longer term, yes, very, very bullish.
Well, like, what do you guys think of biotech? Because biotech's just been kicking everybody's ass, like this last quarter and this year. And I see tons of like.
Check out Moderna. Moderna looks kind of good.
When you have highly speculative, names that are really based on catalysts that are binary outcomes, you tend to have really, crazy moves like that. I don't think, you know what I mean?
Is Herbalife considered? What is it considered? I mean, check out Herbalife. Check out the monthly chart on Herbalife.
Remember the Herbalife wars of 2010?
What? There?
I haven't looked at Herbalife in a long time. That's a hell of a chart.
Yeah, look
you
at
guys remember the Herbalife wars of 2010? What's his name was short? Oh
Bill
my
Ackman.
gosh. Bill Ackman, yeah.
Yeah. He
think
did the presentation and it bottomed right after. I never looked back. I still have the chart of Herbalife. It's in one of, I took a part of it. It's in one of my courses because it's the best climactic I've ever seen. It dropped to like $12 and then shot up to, I don't know how much, like $30.
It was crazy. I remember, yeah.
So speaking of Bill Ackman, I just recently watched the video of him during COVID from when he was on CNBC and losing his mind. That one is very, very worthwhile for people to go into YouTube and type up Bill Ackman CNBC COVID and rewatch that video 5 years later. It's really worth the watch. It's absolutely incredible to watch the meltdown.
I loved the time when him and Carl Icahn were going out on CNBC. I will never forget that, like, for the rest of my life. I think that was like the best financial media segment in history. Okay, so let's talk about this AI. I don't even know what we should call it anymore. Trade/mess. We have Oracle coming after the close today, which seems like the symbol of AI access. Sami, are you frozen?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
just reading something, and yeah.
So, JR.
Yes, sir.
You and I have talked extensively about AI. Do you have any thoughts on Oracle headed into earnings tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of administrators, lawyers, and accountants trying to figure out whether the projected 15% year-over-year growth is even going to move the needle, when in reality it's really going to be an earnings call all about free cash flow and whether OpenAI is even going to be around to give them $300 billion in the next 5 years. And the market's going to have to calibrate that risk and see and make a free cash flow calculation based on whether they really believe Oracle's numbers or not. And I think it's probably going to get ugly.
That feels like the wrong conversation to be having.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I feel like
no.
that feels like the right. That they need to have that conversation, man.
No, but that's what I mean. The fact that they're having that conversation, it's about like whether our biggest customer is going to be in business, and by default, like, can we pay off our own freaking bonds? Like, that's not very sexy. So, Sami, have you looked at the Oracle chart?
I have. I mean, last week somebody asked me about it, and I said that on the weekly chart, it looks like we're going to get a pop because of the weekly reversal bar on Oracle. And I think it looks higher, but if I look, I mean, maybe I should share the charts real quick.
Sure.
So let me do that real quick. Let's see, share screen, and then I'll just do like window.
Yeah, because it does feel like people want Oracle to die. I feel like that's another thing where people just want to be right about Oracle and predict a big collapse.
So yeah, so take a look. So I'll show you first. This is the daily chart of Oracle. Can you guys see my charts? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so here's the weekly. So that's the reversal bar that we got last week, and it looked pretty good. It bounced already. The monthly got to the 20, so we got the bounce, and now the daily. You see that gap up that got sold? That's bad news to me if I was considering playing it long, because it tried to go higher and really failed. Now, is it a good short? I don't know about a good short, because that's a bullish move. We got the reversal on the weekly. We broke above the prior pivot high. We're above the 20, above the 200. So wouldn't short it. But again, the fact that we got this kind of bar last week, a couple weeks ago, would have me stay away from it basically. So I am neutral on Oracle. Short-term bullish, but longer-term bearish. So not gonna touch it.
Okay, Derrick, you have any thoughts on Oracle heading into what feels like this is now the event of earnings season?
Yeah, I mean, would love to see Oracle continue to implode, because I think it's the poster boy of everything that's wrong with AI, but I actually kind of think it's going to go up on this report. Yeah, this Oracle is actually kind of given a pattern that I think is very similar to a lot of other names that I'm looking at that have pulled back a little bit over the course of the last couple of months. They've rounded up, and now they've consolidated a little bit here. And I actually think that consolidation might be able to propel this thing higher to like 240 or something like that in the near term. Bigger picture, I would want to short that at a certain point. But smaller picture, I don't want to be short this thing going into earnings.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I should short it, but I'm not going to. But that's kind of how I feel about Oracle.
Isn't that like the best time to short something? It's like when you want to do it and you're
No, this is the best time to short something. It's when it's bearish and yet it's getting kind of bought. This is Lake from yesterday, which I did. When it's getting bought, but yet it has a sell set up on the daily chart. See that green bar right into the declining 20. It tried to pop here and failed on the pop. Very bearish chart. Look at the weekly chart. Also was also bear. Oh, hold on. One second. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so here this is not the week. So here's the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart. Was actually doing a sell setup is what I was going to show you, but now it just So that's the best time to short, is when it's bearish and yet it's showing you some, like the buyers, like it's not baked in. It's bearish and yet people are buying it into earnings. That's when I like to short it.
Okay, speaking of shorting, Sami, so I noticed today you did a day trade short on Ferrari, ticker race.
I did.
There was a time where I wanted to buy the stock. I've never owned the stock, but I wanted to buy it and own it forever. Does this not look like the biggest piece of crap ever? I don't know what it is, but this just looks like it's destined to go.
This reminds me of Netflix. I mean, the thing just topped. I mean, look at the monthly. It just topped out. It should be lower. Look at Netflix. Once we got the gap, I said in the room, I don't think it's going to see this the prior highs anytime soon, because if you look at the weekly, it was just a big rounded top, right? Look at the monthly, so it topped. And so the same with race. It's not it's not the biggest piece of crap, but it just topped out for now, so it looks lower. I think I said in the room it topped out probably because it was gapping down probably because James canceled his order or something, for but I think it just topped out. Stocks top out, and it was super bullish for a long, long time. Whatever was bullish, sometimes, that's the way it goes. Tops out, and then it crashes, and it looks horrible for a while. Oracle was super bullish for a long, long time, and now everybody's hating it when it's actually up like 1,000% over the last few years. So that's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the market we're in. The more I look at Oracle, the more I want to short it, FYI. But I don't think I'm going to into earnings. But the more I look at it, the more I want to short it.
Okay, all right. All right. Before we get to ideas and stuff, I want to touch on crypto, because it did feel like within the last a couple of weeks ago, it was end of the world. Bitminer's going to zero. MicroStrategy's going to zero. Things have gotten a little bit of a lift. So if you guys are generally bullish on stocks into end of year, do you see anything different for the crypto market?
It's turning the corner, especially Ethereum looks the best. I am watching. I got into MSTR yesterday, and then it immediately started selling off. So I got out of it, lost $160. So no big deal. But I am looking at I'm looking at crypto to play long. Look at the weekly chart, but now that I missed the bottom, I'm looking for it to kind of, if it can base a little bit, and then the 20 MA starts to curl, then yes, but we'll see. I don't think it's exactly the right time. Ethereum is the one that's the most bullish, so we'll see. But yeah, crypto looks okay. I think not incredible, but looks okay. So I'm looking at MSTR, IBIT, and Ethereum. Solana doesn't look so hot. That's really weak. So I'd stay away from that. But if Bitcoin starts to move up, Solana will probably move up too.
Sammy, have a look at this BMNR, which is obviously an Ethereum play also. I like how that thing is setting up here for some continuation.
Yeah, so
I called for a long on that yesterday. So I think yesterday was the real trigger, but I think it's got more legs to it.
Right. The weekly chart on this bothers me. I don't think it has that much room higher, like to 43, 44, but you're right. It was a nice pop yesterday. BMNR.
I like the MSTR.
Which one?
MSTR.
Yeah, MSTR. But look,
the short squeeze is going to be insane.
Right. It just needs to stay here and not fall back down.
Yeah.
It needs to stay to base a little bit. And then I love that weekly chart for sure. But it just needs to base this week, and then maybe next week would be a good time to get in it. Of course, the best time was here, but you had to get in it there, and I didn't.
Okay, all right. Let's get to ideas. Who is courageous enough?
I am.
To share ideas.
Look at
95 minutes ahead of the Fed. I know Sami has the most testicular fortitude out of anyone I've ever met, so I would always assume Sami has ideas.
Look at this Herbalife. I mean, we were talking about Bill Ackman and Herbalife. Look at that Herbalife. Ended a multi-year, this is the monthly chart, ended a multi-year downtrend. Looks amazing, but the problem is the way it ended it is just shot up, and if you didn't get it somewhere here, it's hard to chase it. But I really like the Herbalife long term. Again, it's just tough entry. Would love to figure out a way in it. I still love the Twilio. Like the Twilio a lot longer term. I think it's going back up. I don't think it's going to 400, but it's looking good. I like the Zoom. I talked about it, I think, last week. Moved up a little bit, but not a whole lot. But like the Zoom. There's a few more. Moderna, I think, maybe bottoming. Look at the Moderna for a bounce to 40. So here's the weekly. The weekly looks really good on Moderna. Daily is a little bit late, so I'm waiting for some kind of an entry, either a pullback or a base, but hopefully a pullback. There's a few, LFST basing for a breakout. Not my favorite, but if you look at the monthly, it looks kind of good for a move to 775. So it wouldn't be a huge move on the LFST. I don't know. Tanya is a pretty pullback on the weekly, but it's such a deep pullback that I don't know if it's going to be able to move back up. I love I had it on the daily watches just yesterday. It was the Upwork. Love the monthly chart, but just haven't been able to figure out a way in it. Look at that monthly on Upwork. So there are always ideas, and there's more. Camper is a climactic buy set up on the monthly. Weekly maybe, yeah, looks higher to me. So there's always ideas, but it's not just about the ideas, but it's also about figuring out a way in, because sometimes they just, like the Herbalife. Roku looks good long term. Like the Herbalife, sometimes they just shoot up and they don't give you a way in. So it's more about finding the right play at the right time. So I always have a lot of ideas in the back of my mind, but the issue is also, do I have the right entry? So that matters too. So right now, I don't have a lot of good entries. I don't have a lot of symbols with a lot of good entries. But FSM is a short-term, buy setup. But yeah, we'll keep watching, keep trying. The MDOG triggered long today, buy setup. So there's a ton of stuff always. Watching the SRPT also, keeping an eye on it. It's not ready, but it's starting to look okay on the weekly chart. But my favorite is definitely my favorite are definitely the first ones that I mentioned: the Herbalife, the Twilio, the Zoom, the Roku, longer term, the Moderna. Those are my favorite.
That's like the 2021 portfolio.
Which did very well.
Oh yeah, I remember Twilio was a multiple time winner for you, Sammy. We put Twilio in webinars a lot.
Right, it doubled, like more than doubled a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Who wants to step up and be courageous?
I'll give you a couple names. So I'm having all types of tech issues right now, so I won't try to pull up charts. But the OIH ETF,
OIA.
yeah, it's outperforming XLE. It's building out a beautiful bull flag here. Really like the OIH for continuation. I like XLE also above 46, but I like OIH even better. I also, as far as Mag 7 goes, Google and Apple are my interest in Mag 7. I think that they're both looking pretty solid. Part of me, dare I say, says we got to watch Tesla 460. If Tesla can get to that through that 460, it might really be able to accelerate higher. It's a tricky stock to trade. This Tesla, it's been a little bit sloppy on certain occasions. The relative weakness, relative strength kind of aspect seems like it flip flops back and forth a lot. But if Tesla can really get through that 460, I think it could begin to accelerate. And then honestly, I like keeping an eye on a bunch of these meme stocks for continuation into the end of the year, especially some of the stuff that's up already. I already mentioned the BMNR in the crypto space, but I actually think that you can look at some of these quantum names a little bit. My favorite right now is probably QBTS. I know that these names are having a weak day today, but overall, these things have kind of rounded up. They're building out a bit of a consolidation here. I think you could look for this QBTS to continue. You might even be able to look at some of these rare earth names to try to go. I know that they sold down this USAR today. Just don't think it's quite ready yet. But I think that if this USAR could get back above 1775, 18, that it might be able to go. So I don't like the idea of buying these things on the way down. I want to buy these on the way up. I want to buy high in order to sell higher. So let them come to me. But yeah, basically a couple Mag 7 stocks, OIH, oil names I really like, and meme stocks into the end of the year. And don't fight the bullishness of the tape. If we get through today unscathed, I think we're going to be strong.
All right, cool. Thank you, Derrick. All right, JR, you ready?
Yeah, boss. Let's go ahead. All right, we got SCI, Solaris Energy Infrastructure. I'm looking to swing this through 57. It's building a right shoulder here, retesting the 21. So maybe a buy setup of a shakeout bar with an add through the highs. Looks good to me. Paycom, still waiting for this one to trigger. It's a massive rounding bottom here with a nice ascending triangle on the daily. The weekly looks phenomenal. The guy's been around for a while. Really, really like this base they built out. SOLS, this is an IPO issue, relatively recent, and we break through 48 to 44. I guess me long for moves to 53.75, 56.81. TRVI, looking for a convincing move on the daily through $14 on TRVI. Pinterest, we just took this one today. Not quite an inverse head and shoulders, but as my mentor used to say, it's good enough for government work. So 27.87, your breakout. Barrick Gold Mining, our buy stop was prior 37.75. I think you're gonna get a secondary leg here through today's side tomorrow. OilMA attempted to break out of its flag today here. I like it over 30 and a quarter for a move to 55, 57. ORKA, another bottoming base here. Strong accumulation, buys on $33 for a move to 61. So that's VIV went without us already. Lending Club, if this builds a nice right tight side here over under 1988, I'd like to see a $3 merger move in LC to about $23.
All right.
which is not my favorite setup, but there's not a lot right at the moment.
All right. Well, the excitement will start in 86 minutes when the Fed hits. So everybody, thank you for joining us. And of course, JR, Sami, Derrick, thank you for coming on and entertaining my nonsense. And everybody, good luck out there and have some fun.
We love entertaining your nonsense, Mike.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
See you guys.